What's going on, everybody? Dangerous Thing here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome, you guessed it, to yet another episode of one of my favorite games of all times. Of course, it is Boom Beach. So yesterday, you guys, I shared with you a video of me trying to defend my puny base against Hammerman, and if you guys have noticed, since then, I've actually upgraded my rocket launcher, this guy over here, to level 5, which previously was level 4. It does not make a huge difference, but it certainly helps me to keep rolling through the upgrades. You guys have been asking me in task force chats on both DT1 and DT2 whether or not I'm maxed out for HQ19. And as you can see, I'm obviously not maxed out for HQ19. Look at that. I have a ton of machine guns that are not maxed out. My sniper towers are not maxed out. My cannons are not maxed out. Basically, I am not maxed out. Let's just leave it there. So I think I kind of rushed to get to 19 because I really wanted to get critters. But other than that, I am not maxed out. I have a long, long way to go. But this is not why I'm here today. I am here today to show you one of the most amazing operations that had taken place so far in Task Force Dangerous Thing. And let's jump into it and see how it went down. So, you know that we have been trying various operations, but Stronghold was one of the most played task force operations of the entire lifespan of DT. Well, we are now trying to get a little bit more advanced, and since the transition where we basically transferred over some of the lower level players from Dangerous Thing to Dangerous Thing 2, just so that everybody can enjoy the game to the fullest. We are now able to push for harder operations in DT1, and we're now able to, give the satisfaction to lower level, mid-level players in Dangerous Thing 1 and Dangerous Thing 2 to get through an attack and not get zapped in first 15 seconds of being on the OP base. So let's take a look. We have claimed all 990 victory points in this OP, and we had plenty of time left. It was a very, very comfortable win, and you will see that we basically took many, many turns to get through this operation. So many people had contributed, so many people, came in and gave their absolutely best, and I could not have been happier and more thankful for such dedicated group of people. So Mario actually was the one who I believe started the task force operation about 21 hours ago, and he was the first one to take a first bite into the operation choke point. So let's take a look at his all warrior rush, and I am gonna bet that he did warrior rush so he could take out some of these nasty little rocket launchers. So let's go ahead and speed it up. Look at those shock mines. I absolutely love them. They look gorgeous. Not that it matters, but they look amazing. And here is Mario taking down rocket launchers and trying to make his way to the second cluster. Only successfully takes out one of them because those sniper towers have an amazing reach, and he was so close. And unfortunately only 3 rocket launchers down, but nonetheless it is super important because, as you can see, when you look at the base and you kind of try to evaluate which side to go from, clearly the left one is the winner here. So taking out these defenses is absolutely necessary and instrumental to everybody else who will deploy on this base and try to do their best to take down as many defenses as possible. So here is TNT, and he is going with all riflemen. Look at those cute little guys. I think riflemen are often underestimated in Boom Beach, but they can swarm the base like little ants. Look at them. They are so cute, but very powerful. They have a nice enough health level so that they can get you through pretty far in the game, and especially if you're using medkit. I almost said heal spell because I was actually just playing and recording Clash of Clans a few minutes ago. So here is TNT swarming the base with his riflemen. Look at those guys. I mean, he was able to clear the entire side and the back of the base with his riflemen, and unfortunately he does not get to take down the base. He gets pretty close. Look at that health bar. 35 out of 94 victory points he claims. That is really, really great. I mean, he almost got halfway down. but the core is so powerful, and so he falls a little bit short, but nonetheless, a really cool attack, bringing back the first troop that you ever get when you start your Boom Beach account. Of course, it is Rifleman. All right, let's take a look at Josh, who is taking a stab at Axiom. Does anybody else think of the geometry classes when they read the title of the Axiom? I immediately think back to 8th grade when I started geometry, and I think to myself how much I hated geometry. I know many of you guys in DT2 are actually in school. If you're currently taking geometry, I feel terrible for you. I feel so sorry for you. Geometry sucks. I loved school, but geometry was not my favorite class. So now enough of that. Let's take a look at Josh, who made his way all the way to the 1 o'clock of the base core, and very, very tremendous control of his troops with smoke screens, and he takes out a cluster of boom cannons. I believe boom cannons, because I was too busy talking about geometry. I think those are boom cannons. So nice control of the troops, and 9 victory points, helping us get closer to 990 victory points for this attack. Now we have Omega Death, who actually has his girlfriend, whose name is Omega Life, which I think is adorable. Look at that. Boom Beach bringing couples closer together. Don't you all wish that your girlfriend also played Boom Beach with you and didn't just nag when you play Boom Beach all the time, or video games in general? So here's Omega Death attempting a deployment on the Axiom, and let's take a look at what he has in mind here. So he smoke screens his Zookas once they deploy, so that they stay outside of the reach of, I believe those are mortars. Those are maxed out mortars with some sick looking graphics. And then he smoke screens them. I think that one smoke screen was a mistake, and definitely every single mistake in this costs you, because that is going to cost you literally GBE that you will need so badly. So he moves his Zookas to 1 o'clock of the core and goes right at it, but at this point he's getting hit up by shock launchers and rocket launchers right over here at 11 o'clock of the core. And if he had more GBE and continued to shock those rocket launchers, he would definitely get further through. But unfortunately, he ran out of GBE, and that is just the end of it. Nonetheless, it really helped to bring the core health down, because those Zookas were going ham at the core for quite a while. And then I wake up and I decide that I'm gonna go ahead and take Quay home, or bring home the bacon by destroying Quay, because take Quay home sounded kind of inappropriate. So I went ahead and shocked the shock launcher and rocket launcher over there. I'm gonna lose a few guys over here. Well, didn't lose, but at least deplete their health a little bit. So I definitely was a little sloppy, and I tried to do my best with the control of my troops, especially because both Zookas and Heavies have different speed. So I was trying to cover them up to the best of my ability, and then basically use a little bit of help from critters to distract the troops, the defense buildings from the troops, and then just like that, Zookas take down the core. I feel like it has been a long while since I brought down one of the cores, because, you know, for a while I tried my best, but, you know, we had a very large span between top players and sort of low players on my base. In my TF, and I have to be honest, I fall in that lower level range of all of the players in my TF. I probably currently am the lowest player in my TF, so it always is awesome when I am able to bring down the core, and I always say that I'm super thankful for having such awesome guys in my task force that are super maxed out, you know, super experienced, super advanced, and nonetheless they are so humble and you know, somehow still are in my task force. It remains a mystery to me. So here is Till Daddy and his attack, trying to bring down the cluster of rocket launchers right over here, and unfortunately not working out so well. So as we're going through these operations, you guys, and as you see these attacks, you know, and you have comments on the skill level and the technique, you know, and things that you've learned by watching these videos, because I know a lot of people that are in my task force say that they learned so much from Joe Beef and, you know, in Operation Destroy and, you know, Triple Question Mark and all of the other masters of Smoky Hookah and Smoky Zuka. And, you know, that's what it's all about at the end of the day, you know, being able to play with people that are awesome, pleasant, humble, and are very much, you know, very skillful at what they do. So if you learn anything watching these videos, please drop a comment below. I always appreciate reading that. And here is Leo Man, who took down yet another base in this task force operation. Leo Man, thank you very much. That was really awesome. And now let's take a look at JC, who attempts to do, I bet, Smoky Zuka on Axiom, on Complex rather. So let's take a look, and I'm gonna speed it up. He smoke screens them as they deploy so that he doesn't suffer the damage from the rocket launchers right by the shore. And then he smoke screens Zukas all the way to the core, overlapping the screens pretty heavily, and then nothing happened. So I don't know whether, you know, he disconnected or, you know, run out of time. I don't believe that he would run out of time, so I don't exactly know what happened here, but something did happen, JC. So that was JC. Not much there, but nonetheless, let's keep going. This just goes to show you how much effort it takes to actually bring down each of the bases in the operation. And here is Swifty T. Swifty has been in my task force for a while. I always enjoy having people that have, you know, joined the task force a while ago and they're sticking around, because we get to know each other, we get to know our techniques, you know, our skills, you know, and what we prefer to do and how we play. And it's just really awesome to be able to have a great community. So Swifty T here took down quite a few defenses right over here in the corner and a few of the plasma cells. So thank you very much for that. 9 points go to the piggy bank of the Operation Choke Point. So Bishoff here attacked with medics, Zukas, and heavies. I still don't have a good name for that, because I feel like we have so many names for so many troop combos, and we need to come up with another name for medics, Zukas, and heavies. So any questions or any ideas, let me know in comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And there that goes. 4 points once again go into the piggy bank of the Operation Choke Point. Thank you so much, Bishoff. So Martin 33 goes in with skanks or tortures, whichever one you prefer. And look at this base. It is a total monstrosity. He deploys his troops on the left corner, and of course there are Scorchers at the forefront. They're running a little bit wild, as Scorchers usually do, but doing a great job with providing the backup and sort of the layer of protection for tanks, because tanks are much slower. As you can see, you know, if you don't do a 4 times replay, you will see that tanks are so much further behind than Scorchers. Scorchers are usually, I call them pioneers really, because they're just like always in the forefront of the attack. So, and if you guys noticed right here, Martin, when he got GBE, he was barraging these 2 rocket launchers right here, which is awesome because it helps the person who comes in after you to get further through the OP. And look at that. I mean, he has done a fantastic job. He cleared up the entire left-hand side of the base and got really, really far into the Operation the Pier, or rather, Base the Pier and Operation Choke Point. 31 victory points. That is a really lovely job right there. So let's look at Surge now. Surge and I were talking yesterday about, Hammerman and how he spent so much money well, virtual currency, of course, in gold to try to get through level 4. And both of us, I believe, well, no, actually, I think he was able to eventually get through it. And I just put myself in a place where I said, nope, 3 times. And that's where I stopped, because otherwise I'm going to waste too much money and I need to keep maxing out my tanks. So I stopped and he continued. And right here, we watch him try to take out the rocket launcher right above the core of the base, and unfortunately it was not a very successful attack. If you guys think that next time I should not go through every single attack, let me know in comments below, because last time when I did an overview of just top attacks, you said, well, I wanted to see everything else, you know, and how you guys got there. But yeah, just let me know if you guys like these longer videos, or if you prefer me doing quick overviews just showing the top attacks being maybe just takedowns, or just sort of attacks that I found to be most technically difficult and most technically sophisticated. I don't know. Let me know in comments below. I'm really curious to hear from you what you thought. So there was Car, and let's see the Steez attack on Complex right after. And let's go ahead and take a look at this beautiful takedown. He deploys his Zookas on the right hand side, and then he smoke screens them just like that. And look at that, the health bar has like a really weird color, because I suppose they suffered some damage and the color of the health bar is a little different usually. Well, I guess it turns red as they get further zapped, but look at that. We can't even see Zookas. They're like right over here, just doing what they do best. And for a second I kind of got dizzy, but look at them. They're wrapped around the ice statue right in front of the power core, and they are absolutely monstrous. Just bring it down the base. So that was really beautiful. 147 points. Thank you so much, Steve. You are always so skillful in your attacks. And here is Darius. Darius is going in all warriors, warrior rush. I always have so much respect for people that are doing warrior rush, because you know me, I am not great with warrior rush. I try, and I'm currently practicing warrior rush on a lower level on my DT2 base, because I feel that that is much easier and there is much less at stake. So hopefully one day I will be able to bring down a cluster of defenses by doing a warrior rush and not feel like that was a total waste of gold in the Boom Beach. So look at this Red Evil's 84. He deploys his Zookas, and if you guys paid attention in the beginning, when Zookas form a formation, they just have the most beautiful formation ever. I love watching Zookas deploy. Let me just show it to you really quickly, just for the sake of it. Look at it. When they deploy and they just go like in the lines of 3, I think that's awesome. I don't know why I find it so entertaining, but I feel like every single detail in Boom Beach is so thought through that it is hard not to, you know, enjoy and not to kind of find super entertaining and super amusing. So here is the attacked Tapir by the player whose nickname I cannot read, because this appears to be maybe Arabic. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce your name. If you're watching this video, could you please write in Cyrillics how to pronounce that, because I have not a clue. And once again, beautiful Zooka formation here. And we are going all the way to the corner of the base and then flaming them right above the HQs. I keep saying HQ. You guys, something is off with me. I need some speech therapy, man. Okay, here it is. Zookas right above the power core, and they are going at defenses right around it, clearing up a nice little path for the next player to come in, direct the Zookas, and look at that. The mortars are just beastly. Look at those things. And of course, we got the boom cannons over here, and they're just taking down Zooka one after another. And with so little time left, Zookas are not going to be able to bring the base down. Only 4 seconds left. That was so sad, you guys. Look how little there was left there. It just, if he had like I don't know, 15 more seconds, 20 more seconds, I'm pretty sure that Zukas would take it down, but didn't work out. And also, look at the graphics of the shrapnels and the destruction behind all of the defense buildings that once stood there. Look at this, what used to be mortar, and look at this, what used to be doom cannon, I believe, and machine gun. The graphics are just so impressive. I don't know, I guess I'm just a sucker for graphics. I always have been, I think I always will be. All right, and then we have a little ramen noodles here. Looks like a little bowl of ramen noodles. Who attacks conveyor with all warriors and tries to take out this little cluster of rocket launchers. Look at that, little health regen right here. And then warriors just go wild and run crazy, and that's when he loses them. So let's move on to the next attack of Hellas number 9, who destroys the pier, who we've now seen, I think, like 3 or 4 people attack. And really, it's just, you know, it's a team effort. There's no way that, you know, we could do this without having 50 people on the team and everybody contributing at a very high level, you know, understanding what the team needs, following the notes, and you know, and trying their best to you know, to do as good of a job as possible. So that was a really lovely job, Hellas. Thank you very much for your contribution to our Operation Choke Point. Operation Choke Point operation. All right, let's take a look at Pirate. Pirate here does a Warrior Rush. Warrior Rush has been really super popular in this particular OP. And look at these little guys. Look at them, look at them, look at them. Look at them cuties. Okay. And they're doing everything they possibly can, running around wild. And yeah, so he took down the 2 rocket launchers. And then there was additional, you know, those little additional plasma cells contributed to 4 victory points of this operation. So let's keep going to Masa's attack. And he is doing hookah. All right, let's keep rolling. Okie doke, going left of the core. Shocking the shock launcher. Throwing those cute little critters. You guys know I'm obsessed with critters. I use them in every single operation whenever I can. I feel like they're super useful, especially when you run out of GBE for shock launcher. Throwing in critters sometimes is super helpful. Okay, so here is AH Boomer, and he brings home 4 victory points by using, once again, hookahs. And let's keep on going through this. Very similar strategy here. We still have the shock launcher standing there with a full health bar, so taking it out is really important. And then of course we have the rocket launcher right over there that keeps zapping our Zukas one after another. Once heavies are out, Zukas are history. So thank you, AH. And let's take a look at Captain CJ Payne. Okay, CJ Payne 888. Alright, we deploy right over here in the middle, and we are going to go for a run for this one nasty rocket launcher, and let's take a look. Down it goes, and of course warriors get taken out super quickly after they complete their one and only mission. Death Warrior 6 here also shows up with Zukas and heavies, and let's keep looking. Very similar strategy, and I mean, it's not a similar strategy, I should correct myself. This is a strategy for the base, and the team is obviously following it. You will find, if you're in my operation, and if you're not, you will see that I have various, various people. The co-leader, Operation Destroy, he puts one of the most sophisticated notes that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, that man is just magical when it comes to coming up with a plan and very elaborately iterating it and communicating that to a team. So, you know, obviously you will see that everybody went the same way, and it's not for the lack of inspiration, it is because there was a plan and everybody was following it to bring the team to a winning position. So let's take a look at Turk 202, who deploys these beastly little guys that are running above, running in front of the tanks and making their way to the power core and flaming up everything there is in front of them. So here they are soaking up the damage from the rocket launchers right on the other side, directly across from them, and it is so difficult to just sit here and watch these beauties explode one after another. And after they're gone, tanks, no matter how maxed out they are just really vulnerable at this level, because the defense of each and every defense building is really high. I mean, those ice statues are out of this world. If I had those ice statues on my base, I probably would never get raided despite of my layout. And look at those mortars here. They're just popping those bombs one after another, taking out one little guy after another. And he was so close, so super close to getting it done, but Turk 202 just fell a little bit short in time. Other than that, I think he actually had a chance at taking it out. And then Busala 5, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I actually haven't gotten to know Busala just yet. I think he is a pretty new addition to the team. He lands right over here and of course goes the exact same direction. I don't know why. Okay, so that was a mistake. He threw a barrage, an artillery, instead of a flame. So let's speed it up and let's see how he is going to bring down the base. And surely that was a mistake in terms of you know, throwing an artillery instead of a flame thrower or flame. Why do I always forget? But basically it didn't really matter because the core was weak enough to where he brought it down anyway. So let's take a look at Brandon, who is taking his stab at Waterloo. Waterloo always reminds me of my times in England because that was one of the stops on the underground. And yeah, just always brings me back to my time in England. And Waterloo is often a name of one of the bases during task force operations. So that was that right there, you guys. Everything got zapped, and all of the 8 super expensive to train Scorchers got zapped and fried by the flamethrower. That is kind of the sadness of it. You know, death by its own sword, flamethrower, kills the Scorcher. So M7, let's take a look at you doing a run with warriors, and let's see over here how he is going to execute it. So he did a grouping, which is really important, and then he flame throws it. Flare is the name of the thing, I always forget. And he flared his warriors at the rocket launcher, was able to take that out, but unfortunately fell a little bit short of taking out the shock launcher as well. But nonetheless took out 2 rocket launchers, which is really impressive. And then we have Zhaozu, I think. I am terrible. I'm just butchering everybody's name today, you guys. And usually I get, you know, I usually don't get upset when people butcher my name, so my name is pretty hard to pronounce, so I just shorten it to Lena. So here is Zhao trying to take out the remaining cluster of shock launchers and rocket launchers, and he was very successful at it. So then he goes right above the core and makes his way to the remaining cluster of shock launchers. But by then, the time is out and the defenses are just zapping his troops one after another. Here comes Alejandro, the trademarked version of Alejandro. So let's take a look at what he does. He deploys his Scorcher. Look at this cute little Scorcher. Have you guys ever noticed the back of it? How it has the little yellow stripy looking thing, and now I'm just being a child and zooming in way too close without showing you the bigger picture. But look how cute that thing is. I mean, I guess, you know, cute is not the right word. So well designed and beautifully executed and so detailed. I love this game, you guys. I am confessing my love to Boom Beach right now. This is going to be a really long video. I feel like I've been recording it for a while, but we only have a few operational attacks to go, and I'm going at 4 times the speed, so this is about as fast as we can get. Maybe in the next upgrade, Boom Beach could put out the 6 times the speed, in case that is a possibility and anyone is listening now. Let me know if you guys would also like to have the 6 times the speed. So that was Alejandro, and here comes Operation Destroy. He is a co-leader of Dangerous Thing 1, and he does an amazing job helping the team with strategy, helping the team with the directions, and you know, he's really a backbone of this task force amongst many other people, but he definitely deserved his spot as a co-leader of Dangerous Thing. And if you guys are watching this video, you know, smack a like button, tell OP, you know, how much we appreciate him if you are in this task force, because he's awesome. Really love the guy, and I don't know what we would do without him. I hope he never leaves. And here is his attack on the Waterloo. He deploys Zukas and does what he does best. He smoke screens them to the core, and then, you know, just takes it as far as he can. And in this particular situation, it wasn't just enough. But hey, it cleared up a lot of defenses, and with only 2 attacks to go, we were able to bring down core Waterloo and bring home 990 victory points for this entire Operation Choke Point. I am incredibly proud of every single person who attacked in this particular operation, and you guys, from here on, you know, there are only good things to come. If we continue to pull through as a team together, we can get through Operation Choke Point and get on and do more complicated and you know, more challenging attacks as the time goes, especially as we all continue to play Boom Beach and continue to upgrade our troops. So I am incredibly happy, and here is Mad Hunter. I'm gonna move on to Turbo because Mad Hunter is just gonna run out of time there. He's in a safe zone there. So let's take a look at how Turbo took down the entire base of Waterloo after, you know, after the task force team helped him to get to that point. It is incredibly rewarding to be that last person who takes down the core. So I wish everyone in my task force to experience it, you know, several times a week as we do lots of operations. So rewarding to bring down that core, and I never feel better than, you know, winning, whether it's an NPC base, real-time player base, or of course the operational task force base that you bring down. So that was Choke Point, you guys. 990 points that we gained, and incredible effort that was put in by entire team. I could not have been happier and more proud of them. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you guys next time. Until then, Dangerous Thing is out.